in this video, I'm going to be making a vise, and to start, I'm going to be using a piece of flooring, and it is made up of multiple cross-grain layers of plywood and then 1/8 of an inch of solid oak. So this will be a good solid base. For the handle for my vise, I'm going to be using this carriage bolt. I was looking for a long bolt, but I could not find one. So I'm going to modify this one and just cut off part of the end. So I'll stick it into my vise. It has the wooden jaw liners, so it won't wreck the thread on the bolt that I'm going to cut. So now it fits a 15mm socket. That's exactly what I wanted. Now these pieces can be glued on to make the handle. I'll put a nut on there to clamp them, and then I'll clean it up later, and that'll give me a good looking handle. This is 2 pieces of oak glued together, and it has to be very strong because this is where the handle is going in and also the bolt. This is what I have so far. Here is the, I guess, the front, the handle. It'll fit in like so, and these are 2 supports for the jaws to slide on. The 2 blocks I just made have to be raised up a bit to make a slot for the jaws to slide. So you'll see a little bit later how it's going to work. I'm just screwing on these rails, and later I'll take it all apart and put glue on and then put the screws back in. But first I want to make sure everything lines up. Now I'm ready to make the jaws. I've clamped this piece onto the end, and I'm going to mark it so I can cut it with the bandsaw. And that is a perfect fit. I already put the nut in this hole, and I have to drill out one of the jaws. So what I'm going to do is use a drill bit the size that fits inside of a nut, and it won't wreck any of the thread. I got a good mark, and I'll just drill the rest out on the drill press. Now I'm going to use a Forstner bit, and that'll be for the nut so it can turn freely in the hole. Now I'm going to put some epoxy on the thread, and that'll be for the nut. So I've taken it all apart, and this piece is the bottom board, the base, and I'm going to be drilling a large hole in there, and that is for an adjustment screw. So I have the whole vise taken apart, and the nut turns freely in that hole there, and now I'm just going to glue these two pieces together. This here is the back jaw, and what I'm going to do is drill 2 holes in it and put 2 large screws in it to keep it really secure. Here I have a piece of scrap metal. I'm going to cut it to this size, and that'll be for the plate. So I have my plate ready. I have a couple holes in there, and I countersunk it a bit. And now I can just slide this piece in here and flip it over, and now I can put some screws in there. It's best to turn these by hand so you don't strip them. Now I'm ready for the last piece, and that'll go on like so. My wooden vise is complete, and I guess this one is called a machine vise, so I'm going to be calling it a wooden machine vise. Anyways, the plate works really good under here to secure this jaw. When you tighten it up, it keeps it secure. And the other feature was this handle that you could fit the socket in to quickly open and close the jaw. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.